It's a Swiss, Benjamin Steffen of Switzerland. And he will take on Park Sang-young of Korea. There is Steffen, 6'2", 34 years old, superbly experienced fencer, but never been at an Olympic Games before, and certainly never been in this position. And his opponent, just 20 years old. A really, really fast and energetic and, yeah, bundle of energy fencer. He's taken out Garotza and Heinze on his way to this semi-final. Park won the Asian Games in 2014. Referee for this contest, Juan Liendo of Venezuela.
Yeah, well, just a little refresher. Epee is a point weapon. You've got to hit your opponent with the tip of your sword. The whole body is target, and there's no right-of-way rules here, so it's a purest form of fencing. It's the first one to hit, and you've got to try and avoid getting hit. There are times when both fencers hit each other at the same time, and they can both score points at the same time. It's called a double. One thing I can say about this semi-final is that Benjamin Steffen likes Rio. He faced his opponent in front of him, Park Sang-young, here at the test event back in April and came out a 15-10 winner.
Well, at 6'2", Benjamin Steffen has the reach advantage. That's 189 meters. Park Sang-young, 5'10", 177 metric. But Park, well, he's been lightning fast tonight. So the Swiss Steffen on the left of your screen, Park from Korea on the right. And it is Steffen pushing Park back to the back of the piece, and using his reach to come in.
Steffen is a tall fencer with an upright on guard position, slight body weight leaning over the front foot. He's very happy to play the aggressor and launches attacks left, right and centre. He can get picked off on doubles if he extends his attack from too far out, but once he gets into the lead, he's happy to play for doubles. Park Sang-young, one of the shorter men in the field, has a fairly classic on-guard position, but bounces backwards and forwards, hopping around as you can see, but then makes some very deliberate steps forwards to play with the distance. Believe it or not, he's won a couple of Grand Prix. He won the Doha Grand Prix in January 2014 and the Bern Grand Prix in May 2014, a couple of years ago. So despite only being 20, he's already got some pretty special medals.
And Park going ahead 2-1. Although these are early days in epee, having the lead is so important. And that's why it tends to be a cagey affair. Steffen's evened things up. And Park thought that he hit there, so just having his weapon checked. So if his weapon wasn't working, then that hit would have been annulled, but it was functioning properly. Two apiece. Now, if you look at the clock in the middle of your screen, that is ticking down. We have three-minute sections, and they will be divided by a minute break each part. Single light on, so 3-2 now.
Yeah, he likes those sharp attacks. Watch, from a standing start, he just explodes directly to target. STEFFEN, no chance of landing that double. He was also a little bit stationary. Need to keep moving the whole time in fencing. Footwork is so important. Ball very close to the leg there from the Korean.
And Park ducking underneath STEFFEN's attack and able to pick him off from below. So the attack goes over and Park angling his blade up into the chest of STEFFEN. STEFFEN just changing the angle slightly, moving from one side of the piece to the other.
See the Korean's hand quite low. He likes to look for octave and then launch these stunningly fast attacks, and as we saw just a hit or two ago, has this very effective ducking counter-attack to go with it. At the moment, he's driving this one forward. STEFFEN looking a little bit flat-footed.
Oh, that time Park went for the leg, and it was STEFFEN that was able to pick off the Korean. So he's got one back, while Park just missing there. It's very, very close.
Park playing with the distance. He's in control of it at the moment. He's extending, closing.
And that's a double. So 4-6, 30 seconds left on the clock before the break. The target is 15.
Distance is massive at the moment. Neither of these fencers have got any chance of hitting each other from this distance.
They've got to be careful that the referee doesn't call non-combativity and they don't get a break. If they're not fencing each other, then the referee has the option to stop them and then just roll through into the next period. They don't want that to happen, so they touch their weapons. And they've gone to the break, 6-4. But I would think, anyone looking at this fight would think that the Korean probably in the driving seat.
Yeah, absolutely, certainly is, and I'm sure STEFFEN was delighted to get to the break. And I think the coach was actually saying to him during that fight in the last 40-odd seconds, please back away, I need to have a chat with you, we need to change the tactics slightly. Don't go toe-to-toe with this super fast Korean. He's massively pumped up, and at 20 years old has a big opportunity to get into the gold medal match at the Olympic Games. So he's got 2 Grand Prix wins to his name already, and STEFFEN has had a brilliant season this season. But he's only managed World Cup and Grand Prix silver medals in his career. One of those silvers was at the Grand Prix here in Rio de Janeiro, which acted as the test event. And in fact, he faced his adversary in that final, Bogdan Kishin, in the round of 16 here, and knocked him out 15-14 in a tight one. So he likes Rio, STEFFEN.
Well, will he like it in 7 or 8 minutes' time? The loser, of course, will have to fight off for bronze. And Park gets another one.
Circular C's closing over the top of the arm there for the Korean.
It's the second of the semi-finals. Geza Imre already through to the gold medal match, so the winner will meet 41-year-old Hungarian Geza Imre, who first competed in the Olympic Games 20 years ago. And Park's getting another one. It looks like, well, it's too early to say for sure, but this could be a matchup of youth versus experience in the final. Let's not write off STEFFEN yet.
No, but Park is showing a great deal of variety here, and he's not giving STEFFEN any time to rest at all. If STEFFEN comes out on the attack, Park is there ready for a counter. If STEFFEN does nothing and bounces around, Park launches a flash attack. And so far, he's been very successful. Double is no good already at this stage to Benjamin STEFFEN.
Yeah, trailing by 4 points. Park will be quite happy to give away a couple of gut doubles just to push his score towards the magic 15. That's better from STEFFEN. The Swiss looking for a way back in. Again, STEFFEN deceived, went in, and Park just ducked underneath. Hit him like that before. Ducking under the attack. And you can almost see STEFFEN's shoulders slump. And Park's in double figures.
Well, Park did this to Heinze in the last round. Absolutely came out on top form. Almost looks now like he's having a tiny little breather, keeping a long distance but staying disciplined with the hand. Breather over, looks like he's ready to go again.
It's a double. Will not help STEFFEN. STEFFEN's got to attack, so it was a STEFFEN's attack there. Didn't do anything to avoid getting hit.
Yeah, he's got to get the Korean's blade out of the way first, because at the moment, the Korean's just deceiving any attempt at a beat from the Swiss fencer. A Swiss fencer keeping a long distance when going backwards, which is ideal for the shorter fencer, and then when he presses, he just scares STEFFEN away. I think the moment for STEFFEN to attack is when Park changes the direction, coming forwards, going from going backwards to coming forwards. Needs to pick that moment on the change of direction.
And then beat an attack. There we go. Oh, yes.
Absolutely spot on. That's exactly what he needed to do. To be fair, he looked like he was just a tiny bit too far away that time. You see, he misses the first one, goes for a big beat, but in close quarters is able to land a continuation. So he misses there, but that's the hit onto the leg. They're going to have a look at this just to see whether STEFFEN had gone past.
So the rules of crossing on the piste, if the attacking fencer hits after he's gone past the person who's passing, that's not allowed. The person who's been passed is allowed one hit. And he hadn't passed, so the point stands. Now we'll Park up the ante and come at STEFFEN. 30 seconds to go now, and there's a double. And Park's celebrating these doubles now because 3 points is what STEFFEN needs. 3 unanswered points.
Well, it's very clever stuff, and you know what? It's a tiny bit risky. If you get it wrong, it's you're going to look a bit daft. But I think what Park is doing here is very clever. He's changing the distance. Oh, another fast attack to show the variety again. But he's changing the distance very carefully, very cautiously, and he's trying to step in and lure STEFFEN into attacking him so that he can pick off the double. And so he's, in some respects, he's definitely playing for doubles, and then he throws in a super fast attack like that. And STEFFEN is running out of space rather than time, because Park is just 2 hits away. Make that 1 hit away from going into the gold medal match.
Another lightning fast flesh attack, turning his body into an arrow and flying at his opponent. So 1 hit needed now for the Korean, 20 years old, in his first Olympic Games.
Will he just go for that now? 17 seconds left to go, or will we go to a minute break?
I think he'll launch 1 more. Here we go. Here he goes. Here he goes.
Got to go now.
Well, he launched it, but they're out of time. So we go into a minute break. We've got, well, you never know. No, he's not going to hit in 0.67 seconds. Yeah, okay, so we go to the minute break. And any way back for STEFFEN?
In a word,
he doesn't think so. He really doesn't. I think he's even talking to his coach. He's just dropped his mask onto the piste and is now just wandering around. Coach talking to him in Italian. Switzerland does actually have 4 languages. German and French, the main ones. In the southern parts of Ticino, they speak Italian, and there's also Romansh as well. But STEFFEN, I fear, will have to face Gautier Grumier for a fight-off for the bronze medal, and if anyone he could pick to go up to against in a bronze medal match, it is the world #1. Anyone he could have avoided, that is. And yeah, it's all over, bar the shouting. They say it's not over until the fat lady sings. I think it's pretty much over. At least the fat lady's warming up. Park needs 1 more. That can be a double. STEFFEN needs to attack. Onus is on the Swiss fencer. Park may not wait that long. He may just launch. And he has. STEFFEN came in. Park hit him with a parry riposte, and he's through to the final. And that is going to be an incredible matchup, because Park Sang-yong from Korea, at just 20 years old, has come to this tournament, the Olympic Games, and fenced just out of this world.
Brilliant fencing. 2 big scalps in a row, Heinzer and STEFFEN, and Park Sang-yong, a 20-year-old, will go up against Geza Imre in the final. What a brilliant performance from him. Variety shown, real intent as well, really exciting to watch. And I guess we are in store for a big, big final here. But first, there will be a bronze medal match.
Yes, the bronze medal match. There's confirmation of this result, and well, it was all over pretty early on, and Park really had the initiative from the word go. The bronze medal bout will take place local time at 5:15. That's in half an hour from now. And that will be between this youngster, Park Sang-yong, 20 years old, against the world champion, 41 years old, Geza Emre from Hungary. final is at 17:45. First, we will have the bronze medal match between Benjamin Steffen, who we've just seen, and the world number one, Gautier Grumier.